Welcome everyone to our careers workshop. Now the aim of this video is to give you an overview of the different support available when making career choices, and you're going to watch this video before embarking on a personal statement workshop with your form tutor. Now whether you end up applying for university or conservatoires or apprenticeships or school leavers programs, you will need to be able to write about your skills, knowledge and experiences. Now when you do this is often called a personal statement, and after this morning session you should have an increased awareness of what an effective personal statement consists of. Now by the end of these sessions you should have decided what sort of information you're going to include in your personal statement and had an attempt at writing a first draft. Now during the sessions with your form tutor we want you to reflect on the skills and knowledge you've gained during sixth form and how best to showcase this within a personal statement. Many of you will have had experiences outside of sixth form that you want to bring into this personal statement as well. So for example, if you've been a member of sporting teams, or if you played in an orchestra outside of school, or you've done work experience or volunteering, these are all things that you can bring into this personal statement to demonstrate your skills, knowledge and experiences. Now before we look at writing personal statements, I want to outline different ways to explore career options. I also want to talk to you how to search for apprenticeships, and I also want you to understand how the Ucas process works and how we organise the Ucas process in school. Now lots of students struggle when researching possible careers because they don't know where to start. Now a great way to overcome this is to take a careers quiz such as the Ucas Buzz Quiz or the Spartan Test. Now these can help students identify their strengths and help them find possible career options that match their likes, skills and personality. So if you're a student who has no idea what sort of career or university course or job or apprenticeship you want to pursue in the future, the careers quizzes such as the Buzz Quiz and the Spartan Test can be great as a starting point. Now the Buzz Quiz is really quick to complete, and it just gives you an outline of some different jobs that you may enjoy that match your strengths and personality. However, a much more detailed quiz or test that you can complete is the Spartan Test. Now this is on a great website called the SACU website, and SACU is Ucas backwards. Now the Spartan Test involves you being shown a series of images, and you have to select which images suit your personality. And when you do this, it will generate a word cloud of lots of different careers and university courses that suit your personality and behavioural traits. Now when you click on any of these words in the word cloud, in the careers cloud or the university cloud that it generates, it will give you further information on how to research that career or that university course. So it's a fantastic free resource that you can use. Now if you're a student who's thinking of an apprenticeship option after leaving sixth form, the types of apprenticeships you should be aiming to apply for are either higher apprenticeships or degree apprenticeships, and these are really level 4 upwards. Now you're currently studying level 3 qualifications. A-levels are level 3 qualifications. So are BTECs, so are WJC diplomas. So you want to be aiming for level 4 qualifications upwards if you study an apprenticeship, and you can study for a higher apprenticeship, which normally means working with an employer and sometimes obtaining a qualification as part of this, and degree apprenticeships where you will work with an employer, you will earn a salary and you will study for a degree part-time at a university that's in partnership with that employer. Now these are usually level 6 or level 7 apprenticeship programs. Now to search for an apprenticeship, we recommend that you look at the Careers Wales apprenticeship search engine, which is a really good tool for finding apprenticeships, especially that are local to you. We also recommend that you look at websites such as Rate My Apprenticeship, which I often talk about in assemblies, and allaboutschoolleavers.co.uk. Now these are two excellent websites that show the range of apprenticeship opportunities that are out there. And Rate My Apprenticeship is an excellent website as it has reviews by students who are currently undertaking these apprenticeships. So you get a feeling what it would be like to study this qualification with a particular employer. Now, the All About School Leavers website contains a wealth of information, and it also has an excellent Twitter site which regularly tweets out different opportunities from around the UK. Now, the advantage of an apprenticeship option is that you will earn a salary while often obtaining qualifications, and in the case of a degree apprenticeship, you will partner with a university and you will study for a degree part-time, earning a salary, and your degree will be paid for by the company. Now, although apprenticeship opportunities get listed on these websites throughout the year, the bulk of these will be advertised around about December, January and February of year 13. And this is because they'll want students to start in the September after students finish year 13. Now, when applying for a degree apprenticeship, you will apply to the company rather than the university. So degree apprenticeship applications fall outside the Ucas application process because it's the company who decides who they'll sponsor for this degree program. Now, if you're thinking of an apprenticeship opportunity, check out the Network 75 page from University of South Wales. And every year lots of our students apply for the Network 75 scheme because they have a range of apprenticeship opportunities with local companies, and you would work at this company and the company would sponsor you to study for a degree part-time at the University of South Wales. So this is an excellent program and it's very, very popular with our students. Now, for more information on apprenticeships and school leavers programs, check out our Radyr 6 from YouTube channel, which is an excellent starting point for anybody considering this option, as it contains several videos helping you to search and apply for apprenticeships. So now we're going to move on to look at the Ucas process and how it works and how we organise the process at Radyr. Now, Ucas is the name of the organisation that processes your university application. They're the go-between between you and the university, and they're based in Cheltenham. Now, when you apply to university, you complete an online application form, and we will be producing a video to show you how to complete every aspect of this form. Now, the application form is made up of different sections. There's a personal details section, there's an education section, there's a choices section where you put down the universities and the courses you want to apply for. There's a personal statement section where you put down in 47 lines why you want to do that course and what skills and knowledge and work experience you may have done to give you a head start for that course. And then there's the reference section, and the reference is written by either myself, Miss Jones, my deputy, or Miss Jennings, who takes care of the early applicants. So when writing a school reference, myself, Miss Jones and Miss Jennings will ask all your subject teachers to write subject references where they'll outline all the skills and knowledge that you've gained over the course so far, and we'll use this to put an overall reference together. We'll also talk about any extracurricular activities that you've undertaken. So if you've been a house captain, or if you've represented the hockey team or the football team, or you've been a member of the school orchestra. Now, along with the references that we write, we also will put predicted grades for each subject you're studying in year 13. Now, these are determined not by us, they're determined by your subject teachers and the heads of department, heads of faculty of the subjects you're studying. And I have to stress that these are solely determined by them. We will not increase those grades unless they are happy for us to do so. However, if you feel that your predicted grade is low and you feel you can do much better, we encourage you to talk to the heads of department, talk to your subject teachers, and try to show them examples of higher grade work. Talk to the subject teachers and say, will you consider giving me a higher grade if I show you that I can produce work of that quality, or if I can perform in a test and achieve an A grade if you've given me a B grade. Now your teachers will use the grade that you've got at AS as a guide. However, they will also realise that lots of students, in fact most students, improve from AS to A2. And therefore, Ucas predicted grades will nearly always take that into account. Now all students will get the opportunity to read their reference, and subject teachers will be writing their subject references and deciding on your Ucas predicted grades, and we ask them to do this by the first couple of weeks in September so that you know your Ucas predicted grades before you start applying to university, because it's really important you know your grades before you pick your choices for your university Ucas form. So when completing an application, the first two things you'll need to consider is what subject you want to study and which universities are you interested in studying at. You will then work with your form tutor to put together a personal statement. Now your form tutor will work on your personal statement with you, and their job is to get your personal statement up to a good standard with you. And once they're happy it's a good standard, it will then go to myself or Miss Jones, and we will work with you to try and get it up to an excellent standard. Now, in addition to writing a personal statement, you will also have to fill in the online Ucas form. Now, we will be running sessions later in the summer term to help you with this. And as referees, myself, Miss Jones and Miss Jennings, our job is not only to write your reference and to help you with your personal statement, we also check your Ucas form to see if there are errors. And very often there will be errors. People will put the wrong qualifications down. They will miss out sections of the form. So that checking is very important. Now, if we spot an error, we cannot alter it for you. All we can do is return your form via the Ucas platform. And then you correct the error and then you return it back to us. And very often this takes time because we will inform you there's an error, you will correct it, you will send it back to us, and then we might find a different error or you've not corrected it properly, and it can go back and forth. And it's only when it is perfect are we able to send the Ucas form off. Now it's important to mention that you as a student cannot send off your Ucas form. The only people that can send off Ucas forms are your referees, and that will be Miss Jones, Miss Jennings and myself. And we will only send it off when your form is completed perfectly and when we've read you your reference, talked through your predicted grades, made sure your predicted grades match the courses you're applying for, and when we are happy with your personal statement and you are happy with your personal statement. You will then say to us, please send off my Ucas form, and we will send it off together. Now, once we have sent off your Ucas form, you will get an acknowledgement from Ucas. You very often will get acknowledgements from the universities when Ucas pass that form onto the universities, and you will then check Ucas Track to follow the progress of that application and to find out if you have offers. Now, students at Radyr Sixth Form have been very successful over the last few years in obtaining offers from universities. Since 2015, so for the last 5 years or so, we've had around 99% of our students who've applied to university ending up at university, and in 2021, 67% of our Year 13 students had at least one offer from a Russell Group university. And a Russell Group university is a group of leading research-based universities. They include universities such as Oxford, Cambridge, Bristol, Exeter, etc. Now, over the last few years, around 90% of all university offers include the Welsh Baccalaureate Skills Challenge Certificate as an alternative to A-levels or BTECs. So now let's look at the Ucas deadlines. So if you are an early applicant, that is if you're a student applying for Oxford, Cambridge or medicine, dentistry or veterinary science courses, The official Ucas deadline is October the 15th. Now, for all other applications to university, the official deadline is January the 15th. Now, these deadlines never change year on year. Now, it's important to stress that these are the official Ucas deadlines. However, Radyr, like every school in the UK, will have a much earlier deadline, because remember, we have to process your application, we have to write your references, we have to check your online form. We also have to check your personal statement. We have to make sure that your predicted grades match the courses you're applying for. So that's why our deadlines are earlier. So now let's look at our Radyr deadlines. If you're applying to Oxford, Cambridge, or for veterinary science, medicine, or dentistry, you're an early applicant, and therefore we'd like you to get your application form and personal statement completed by Friday the 17th of September. Now, for all other applicants, our Radyr deadline is Friday the 5th of November. Now, as head of sixth form, I have to decide a date that I can guarantee that if you meet this date, your Ucas form will be sent off before the deadline of January the 15th. So therefore, what I'm saying by giving you this provisional deadline of Friday the 5th of November is that if everyone in the year group, 130 of you, turned up with your Ucas application form on Friday the 5th of November, I'm confident that we would process your application in time for the January the 15th deadline. Now, the reality is that many students will have completed and sent off their Ucas forms before the 5th of November. And that means that Miss Jones and I will be able to process applications after the 5th of November. We will have time to do that. And every year we will process applications in December and sometimes even January, because we only have a small number of applications to deal with. However, the earlier you get your form completed and sent off, the quicker you tend to get Ucas offers. And universities will often respond to students within 48 hours of them sending their forms off. And it's the norm for universities to reply quickly to students if they get their forms sent off quickly. Some universities will wait till January the 15th and then process the applications and read through them and then make offers, but the majority of universities will respond quickly to you, and they respond within a few days. Now, as I've already mentioned, Miss Jennings leads on the early applicants, and you will not be working on your personal statement with your form tutor. If you're an early applicant, you'll be working with Miss Jennings directly, and she has already contacted students who are thinking about being early applicants to set up various groups to help and support them with personal statements. Now, if you're an early applicant, it's really important that you make every effort to meet Friday the 17th of September as a deadline, because that will allow Miss Jennings enough time to process your application and write your reference so your form can go off by the 15th of October, which is the early applicant deadline. So just to summarise, Radyr deadlines are earlier than the Ucas deadlines to ensure that your applications are completed on time and to give you an advantage over other applicants who are applying, because the earlier you send your application off, the earlier you start receiving offers and the more chance you have again on your first choice courses. It's very common for students to have all 5 offers within, say, 2 weeks of them sending their form off. And the earlier you send your Ucas form off, the more likely this is to happen. Now, when universities make offers to students, they predominantly make these offers based on the 3 subjects you are studying in year 13. Now, around 70% of universities will make offers with grades. So they will say to you, you need ABB or BBB in your 3 subjects you're studying in year 13. However, some universities will make points offers. They will say that you're required to obtain 120 points. Now, 120 points is the same as 3 B grades at A-level, because a B grade is worth 40 Ucas points. Now, the advantage of a points offer is there tends to be a little bit more flexibility in terms of the types and number of subjects that you can use in your offer. Whereas with grade offers, there tend just to be 3 subjects, and they sometimes even specify the certain grades you need in each subject. A points offer gives you more flexibility because you may be able to use 4 subjects to gain the points you need. Now the following table shows you the Ucas points available for the different qualifications. So an A-star grade at A level is worth 56 points. An A grade is worth 48. A B grade is worth 40. A C grade is worth 32. A D grade is worth 24. And an E grade is worth 16 points. Now the Welsh Baccalaureate Advanced Skills Challenge Certificate is also graded A-star to E and has the same points as A-levels. So for example, if you get an A-star in the Welsh Baccalaureate, that is worth 56 points, an A is worth 48, a B is worth 40, a C is worth 32, a D is worth 24, and an E is worth 16 points. Now if we look at BTEC qualifications, the majority of you are studying BTEC subsidiary diplomas, and these are what we call single BTECs. And if you get a distinction star in a BTEC subsidiary diploma, such as BTEC IT, BTEC Business, BTEC Applied Science, BTEC Sport, you will get 56 points for a distinction star. If you get a distinction, that's equivalent to an A, and that's worth 48 points. If you get a merit, that is equivalent to a C at A level and is worth 32 points. And if you get a pass in your BTEC qualification, that's worth 16 points. Now when you look at Ucas points tables like this, you will also see that they include AS points, because theoretically there are points associated with AS qualifications. So an A graded AS is worth 20, a B is worth 16, a C is worth 12, a D is worth 10, and E is worth 6. In practice, however, although theoretically there are points associated with AS qualifications, Ucas offers are solely made on the subjects you study in year 13. And therefore, if you are asked to obtain 120 points, you will need to get the equivalent of 3 Bs at A level or using your vocational qualifications. And if you're required to get 96 points, you would need the equivalent of 3 Cs or 3 merits if you're studying vocational qualifications. Now some students are studying level 3 diplomas such as food, criminology and health and social care. Now some of these diplomas are graded A-star to E, so therefore they have the same points as A-levels, and some are graded distinction star, distinction, merit, pass, so they're graded the same as BTECs and they have the same points as BTECs. Now there's lots of support available for students if you're thinking of applying for university or for apprenticeships and school leavers programs. So we'll continue our talks and webinars from universities and organisations, and these have been running right the way through the academic year. And on the 22nd of June, we have a talk from Swansea University, which will be from Steve Minney, who's Head of Admissions, and he'll talk you through the application process, how to choose courses, how to write an effective personal statement. So everything you need to know about applying to university, you can find out from this talk on the 22nd of June, which is at 6 p.m, and it's for parents and students. Now there's also sessions on personal statements that we're running. There'll be sessions on how to complete a Ucas application form, and there's mentoring sessions with your form tutor and the sixth form team, and these will run into year 13 as well. Tutorial time in year 13 is solely devoted to helping you with career choices and applications to both universities, apprenticeships and school leavers programs. Now all our support materials are available online, and I'll talk to you in a minute about our Radyr Ucas guide and what that is all about and what information you'll find in there. And I'll also talk to you about our Radyr Careers and University Resources guide. So let's start with our Radyr Ucas guide. So the Radyr Ucas guide looks like this, and this guide has been emailed to all students. and it contains sections on how to set up a Ucas application, how to fill in the different aspects of the form. It's got sample personal statements, it's got guides to admission tests, it's got writing frames to help you with personal statements, and it's got useful websites and links that can help you with your application. Now you should also have a copy of our Careers and University Resources Guide. Now this has been emailed to you, and this contains useful links and resources to help you with different sorts of applications. So if you're a student who is not sure about what they want to apply for, there are great links to help you in terms of finding out what you might want to study. If you're a student who is interested in apprenticeships, there's a whole section to help you with applications and a whole section containing details of companies who offer various apprenticeships. If you're a student who is interested in medicine, dentistry, veterinary science or Oxbridge applications, there are sections to help you with every aspect of your application, from admission tests to writing personal statements to acquiring work experience to helping you with interviews, etc. If you're a student who just wants to explore different subjects, there are whole sections on supercurricular activities and resources to help you explore the subjects, to gain knowledge about these subjects that will help you deciding on what courses you want to study, and also helping you write applications, personal statements, etc., and to prepare for interviews. Now, as I said to you, we put all our Ucas resources and careers resources online, and I'm now going to show you where you find this information. So if you go to our Radyr website and you click on Sixth Form, so you'll see at the top menu on the Radyr website it says Home, About Us, News and Events, Parents, Sixth Form, Staff and Students, Contact Us, etc. Click on the Sixth Form icon at the top of the Radyr website and you will go to our Sixth Form page. So when you arrive at the Sixth Form section of the school website, the two particular areas I want you to look at are the Next Steps University and Careers section and our Radyr Sixth Form blog. So our Radyr Sixth Form Next Steps website is our careers website, and we have sections on the website devoted to applying to university, for early applications, for Oxbridge, medicine, dentistry, etc., veterinary science, employment sections to help students apply for school leavers programs or apprenticeships, and then other opportunities such as taster courses, etc. So here's a section of the website. We will put our presentations on it. So for example, PowerPoint presentations to help with different aspects of completing a Ucas form or writing personal statements, and we'll also put useful links and resources. So this is a website where we will put lots of our material so you can find it easily. Another good source of information when it comes to finding out about apprenticeships or volunteering opportunities or university courses or webinars, summer schools, taster courses, open days, etc. is our Radyr Twitter site, and you can click on this site and follow us, and it's at Radyr Sixth Form, and this is updated daily. Now it's also worth checking out our Radyr Sixth Form blog, as it contains lots of useful articles written by former students talking about their experiences of going on taster courses, summer schools, writing personal statements, attending interviews, etc. And this will help students with applications. So now let's talk about what you should be doing over the next few weeks and months. So your focus now should be research. You should be researching possible careers and courses and apprenticeships and universities, and there's lots of online resources available to support you with this. Attending virtual open days, webinars, taster sessions will help you find out more about the different opportunities available. Many companies will be running webinars where they talk about their school leavers programs and apprenticeship opportunities, and universities will be running virtual open days, as well as masterclasses and summer schools, where you can have a taster of what it might be like to study at that university and study a particular subject or course. We also recommend that you explore supercurricular resources. Now these are resources that take learning beyond what you might study in your subject lessons. Now, many students will be undertaking Moocs. Now, Moocs are massive open online courses, and universities and other organisations are putting together Moocs to help students explore different subjects. And a Mooc is great for finding out if that's a subject or a career you might want to pursue in the future. By undertaking a Mooc, you're developing knowledge and skills that you could talk about in a personal statement or a job application or an apprenticeship application. So Moocs are a great way to explore different subjects and careers. Now, we also recommend that you discuss any ideas about possible courses or careers with your form tutors, your subject teachers, and your parents and guardians, because it's really important to get opinions and views from other people when making career decisions. So let's look at some of these resources that will help you as you research courses and universities. So as I mentioned previously, we have our Careers and University Resources Guide, and this contains 65 pages of links and resources to help you research what you might be interested in studying. Now, one of the most useful sections in this guide is the Supercurricular section. Now, Supercurricular Activities are activities that you undertake to explore a subject in more detail than you would study in an A-level syllabus. And supercurricular activities are great because they, first of all, give you a feel for what it would be like to study that subject at university, and they also help you when you come to put a personal statement together, because you can refer to some of the supercurricular activities, and anyone that undertakes a supercurricular activity is demonstrating an interest in a subject that goes beyond what they had to study as part of an A-level syllabus. Now, both employers and universities are looking for students who have an interest in a particular subject or career, and by undertaking Moocs and supercurricular activities, you're demonstrating not only that, but also that you're a strong independent learner. Now, I mentioned that many universities are offering webinars and talks and virtual open days to help students decide on possible courses that they might be interested in studying. Now, a good place to find these is by using a website called unitasterdays.com. And this website is a search engine, and it allows you to search for webinars and summer schools and open days. And you're even able to filter your searches by virtual open days, ones that only take place online. And this is particularly useful in the current pandemic. Now, as lockdown restrictions start to lift and more universities start offering open days and taster events that you can attend in person, this website will become even more useful to you because you'll be able to search for these events based on your location. Now, it's also worth mentioning that the Ucas website also allows you to search for events such as these. However, the Ucas website is powered by the same search engine as unitasterdays.com. So you can actually just go to this website instead. Now, lots of Year 12 and Year 13 students would have attended the UK University Search Careers Fairs that have been taking place virtually. There's been lots and lots of great events, and they're a superb organisation that run careers events across the UK. Now, they've just launched a fantastic website called Student Stream, which brings together video content featuring vital advice and expert knowledge from universities across the UK all in one place. And this brand new website has video information about writing personal statements, choosing courses, student finance, uni campuses, open days, interview advice, etc. So it's an excellent resource if you're interested in university and even apprenticeships, because they have apprenticeship information on there as well. Please check out this website. Now, I've mentioned previously about the Speakers for Schools platform, which is a great platform which gives lots and lots of opportunities for students trying to build links and connections with major companies. And they've started a virtual work experience platform. And Miss Jones has emailed Year 12 students in particular recently about this, but this is open to Year 12 and Year 13 students. And the virtual work experience platform offers great opportunities that you can apply for with major companies, and you can gain experience that will really enhance a CV and a personal statement. As I said previously, a great way to explore subjects that you might be interested in studying at university is to enroll in a Mooc, a massive open online course. A great website for finding Moocs is the FutureLearn website, and the website hosts Moocs from leading universities in the UK and overseas. The Moocs listed on the website are free to access, and you only pay a subscription if you want unlimited access to all the Moocs that have ever been hosted on the website. However, the Moocs are updated regularly, and most people will just use and access the Moocs that are listed on the website. Undertaking a Mooc is great because, as I mentioned, it shows that you have an interest in a subject beyond what is taught at A-level, and it's great for having a taster of what it might be like to study that subject at university. Now, in our Radyr Sixth Form Careers and University Resources Guide, we list lots of great supercurricular activities and resources to explore subjects. Now, two great links in that guide are to these websites. Now, the first website is a website called Staircase 12, and this is put together by University College Oxford, and it's an amazing website. It has lots of recommended reading material and lots of links to resources to help you explore your subject. And I can't recommend this resource enough. It is a fantastic resource, useful for students, whatever university they intend to apply for. Another great website to look at is the HE Plus website from Cambridge University. This again is full of supercurricular resources and links which help you explore your subject. Great for personal statements, great for deciding on whether courses are right for you at uni, great as preparation for interviews. Now, if you decide that you want to apply for university, we recommend that you attend University Open Days. Now, if restrictions haven't lifted, virtual open days are a great alternative. Taster events are also good, and summer schools also give you a flavour what it might be like to study at a university. Create a long list of possible courses and universities, and then over the next few weeks and months narrow this down. It's important that you start constructing your personal statement with your form tutor, and even if you don't know exactly what course you want to apply for, you can get key sections of the statement completed. Now, when attending any summer schools or webinars, we recommend you keep a log of the different experiences that you have and the different skills that you develop, because this will help you when you come to write a personal statement. Now, it's also important to consider any extra requirements that there might be for a particular career or course, such as volunteering or work experience. And please note that courses that usually require work experience, such as medicine, will be aware that it's now not feasible for students to undertake work experience in a healthcare setting. So take advantage of opportunities such as virtual work experience schemes or volunteering opportunities, as long as you feel safe and comfortable doing so. So in the autumn term, you should reduce your choices to a short list. You should make sure your choices match your results and predicted grades. You should complete your personal statements. Now, if you're a student applying for Oxford, Cambridge, medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, this should pretty much be done by the middle of September. And when you're happy with your Ucas form and you've completed it, and your personal statement has been passed by your form tutor, you mark it complete, you mark your Ucas form being complete, and you press pay and send. Now, you pay via a credit card, and when you press pay and send, it does not get sent to Ucas or your universities. It just comes to us. And remember, your referee, myself, Miss Jones, Miss Jennings, we will then look through your form, we will check it's okay, we will go through your personal statement and try and make it even better. And then, when we're both happy and we've read your reference, read your predicted grades, and you're happy for it to be sent, we will press send, and it will be sent off to Ucas, and Ucas will send it to your universities. And I have to stress that when we ask you to press pay and send, it is coming to us as referees. It is not being sent to Ucas or to your universities. And if there is an error in your form, we just send it back to you. You don't have to pay again. It's called pay and send because you press pay and send and it comes straight to us, and then we're able to send it to universities if we think it's perfect and complete. We will only send it when you are happy for us to send it. And if there's an error, we send it back to you, and then you press send again to referee. And that process can go on and on until we get it right and the form is ready to go. So I just want to finish by talking about a few key websites that will really help you whether you're applying for apprenticeships or university. So the first is the Ucas website. Now this contains a wealth of information about university courses and different subjects and apprenticeships and degree apprenticeships. And this is also the website where you make applications to university. Now when you go on the Ucas website, they will ask if you want to set up a Ucas Hub account, and you'll need to set up a Ucas Hub account if you want to make an application for university. And when you set up your Ucas Hub account, it will also direct you to different webinars and resources that will help you make career choices. Now the Ucas website contains a powerful search engine that allows you to search through the 50,000 courses that are being offered by around 400 different providers. In addition to the Ucas website, students at Radyr also have the UniFrog platform, which is a fantastic resource for anyone applying for apprenticeships, applying for university, researching Moocs. It's got a fantastic Oxbridge tool that will be really, really useful as well, a personal statement builder, and lots of career resources can be found on the UniFrog platform. Now Miss Jones has already made a video which you can find on her YouTube channel which talks through how to get started with the UniFrog platform. If you've lost your password, just ask Mrs. Siciliano, just email her and she'll be able to get your password reset for you. Now on the UniFrog platform you will find various tools that you can use. There's a university search tool which you can use, and you can save your shortlists. There's an apprenticeship tool where you can search for apprenticeships using a search engine that updates every 24 hours. There's a fantastic Mooc tool that allows you to search for Moocs from across different websites all over the world. And there's a fantastic Oxbridge tool which really helps you research different colleges and the different subjects available at Oxford and Cambridge. Now one final website that you might find useful is the UniGuide website. Now this was formerly known as the Which University website, and it contains lots of useful information to help students prepare personal statements for different subjects, and contains information on things like student finance, student accommodation, and it's a really, really good website that offers impartial advice for anyone thinking of making an application to university. Another thing to consider is whether you need to sit an entrance exam. Now if you're applying for Oxford or Cambridge courses, or if you're applying for medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, or even courses such as natural science or law, you may be required to take an entrance exam. Now the majority of these entrance exams can be sat in school, and you need to book them with our exams officer, Mrs. Davis, whose email address is c.davis@radyr.net. Now these entrance exams normally take place in the November half term of the autumn term. For some subjects it's also worth mentioning that you may be required to send off pieces of work. So for example, if you're applying for something like architecture, very often the universities will ask to see examples of your artwork or product design work, and you may have to send off parts of your portfolio. If you're applying for English, you could be asked to send examples of your essays so they can see the quality of your writing, and these are things to consider. Some courses, such as medicine or Oxbridge courses, or pharmacy courses, or dentistry courses, veterinary science courses, nursing courses, require students to attend an interview. To support you with this, we'll organise mock interview sessions to help you get practice so you perform at your best at these interviews. Some universities will invite students to interviews, but the interview is not part of the selection process, and very often students will attend one of these interviews and they'll already have an offer. And really, it's just an applicant day, it's just a visit day, it's just an open day, and you can attend these and you can relax and you can use it as a way of finding out whether this is the place you want to study and whether this is the course you want to study after leaving sixth form. Now, some students may be thinking of applying to a conservatoire. Now, conservatoires are institutions such as the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. So Ucas conservatoires lie outside the Ucas scheme. You apply for a conservatoire using a different website. It's called the Ucas Conservatoires website. You have to set up an account yourself, and you do have to have references, but you have to have two references. You would have a practical reference and an academic reference. Miss Jones leads on the conservatoires and she will write your academic reference, but you will need a second reference, and this could be from a music or drama teacher in school or outside of school. Now, the other difference about the conservatoires is that we cannot see your online application form. It's not like the Ucas website where we can just log on and see every aspect of your form. We can't. We have no access to your form whatsoever unless you show it to us. And the references are different in the sense that some institutions require you to post references, so we will print off a copy of your reference and then you can put in an envelope and post it off to the applications you're applying to. Some now will allow us to email the references. The references are not submitted via the website. We write the reference in a Word document and we can either email it to the conservatoire or we can print it off for you to post to the conservatoire. It's important to note that if you're applying for a conservatoire and you're a musician and you're applying for music courses, their deadline is even earlier than the Ucas early applicants deadline. You have to get your application sent off by October the 1st. So therefore, you will need to contact Miss Jones as soon as possible so you can start sending her drafts of a personal statement, because we want to get this sorted for you by the 1st of October. Drama courses tend to have a later deadline. So this is what the Ucas Conservatoires website looks like. Notice that it's a different website to the Ucas website, and as I said to you, candidates can apply to the Ucas system or the Ucas Conservatoire system, or both. They're separate systems. So as I conclude this video, I just want to tell you that the sixth form team, your form tutors and subject teachers, are here to help you and support you. Although we can't tell you which university or apprenticeship scheme you should apply for, or which course you should study at university, we can show you how to research different opportunities effectively and what factors to consider when making career choices. And please remember to get in touch with us if you need any additional support or help. We really want to support you to make the right choices.